Building your ore industry is quite simple if you follow a few steps. But before we get into it, if you want to see the whole process of creating these interchanges here and another one that I did on the other side, please make sure that you check the live stream where this was recorded, and you will be able to follow through all the steps that I've done until we reach this initial state here. The only thing that you need to know that is necessary for you to do is to actually zone this area as an industry area and zone that as a ore industry zoning. So that's basically all you need to start. And obviously you need to do this in an area that has ore reserves. The reason I'm not showing this is because the game crashed during the live stream and we had to do 2 live streams to complete this, and this is the second part of that live stream. So first thing you need to build here is the main building for our industry, and then we are doing the small ore mine, which will take the resource from the ground and start outputting that. So maybe for exporting or for use in one of your factories. So I'm just making sure that all the road layout here is quite right, and then I'm adding this small ore mine, as you can see, in the area that you have that a darker color, because this is where your reserves are. So I will try to put this on this road here, yeah, and I'm adding a couple just there, so we make sure that we can extract a few more. I'll add a more later on, but just for a starter, I think this is what we need just there. Then we have this ore grinding mill in here, and this will actually convert the ore into the metals that we need. So I'm putting it right on the side because then this is a shorter area, but actually we need to put a storage first. So we'll extract from the mines, then the mines will deliver to that storage, and then the storage will deliver to our factory in there. And that's exactly what I did. That's why they are in a sequence, making the lines straight there for the trucks to be very, very short way from where we need those reserves. So making this will make your life a lot easier. They don't have to travel a lot, and this will be more than enough. Now I added another ore mine there, and that's mainly because we need a minimum number of workers to upgrade, and if I'm not wrong, that's 150, and adding that extra ore mine there will actually give us the number of jobs available. So the next step for me is add a cargo train station here. So all industries in your city, if they have cargo stations, they'll level up, and this is not particularly something for the ore industry, but if you do add generic ore industry there as well, then they level up with a cargo station round. But the main reason is traffic. So making sure that you have this just next to your industry will make the access to those reserves a lot easier. So if you need to import something, then that will be imported through the cargo station. And if you need to export something, then you have a cargo station just there. So I'm making the connection here to the our main line, and I'll change this quite a bit, and I'll actually add some rocks around. I'm not completely sold on the idea of those rocks, but I think for now that will do. This will work, and that's what we are looking at the moment. But yeah, I might try to do something else with these retaining walls. I'm not sure yet, so I'll see what we can do there and see how it goes. It actually looks alright right now, and I don't see that as a big issue, but it doesn't actually look like the part in here. It just feels a little bit odd to have these rocks just around there. So not sure if that will stay or if that will go, but leave me a comment with your thoughts and I'll make sure that I take a look at that. So yeah, with that done, we will put down the cargo station here. Oh, we obviously need another road there, so we can connect this direction. I almost nailed it, so I will have to redo it. And yeah, I'll connect just there, and then I'll just make a small adjustments there on the line, just make sure that it aligns properly with what we want. And then I'll use the move it mode so we can just get this properly. I'll make the connection on both sides of the railway there, just so we can export to any of the cities around us, and that we have access to inside as well. So I think that's important for us to have, and this will help us in the long term. Now that we have done those connections, I'll just use node controller there to make sure that we have a nice slope and make sure that we have water in this area, and just the basics, remove those trees that are on the way and start making few more chains here. So we are almost leveling up, and I hope you like the name of this new area. So this is the Ore Digger State, and that's the name that I came up with. Nothing special there, but I thought it was fun. But if you have any suggestions, just let me know as always. So we need a few more jobs in there, and I want to add another storage for the metals that we produce in that factory, so we can then later on use somewhere else. And it's good that we have a place to store it, and then we can export if you have enough. So that's what I'm doing here, adding balanced metals. Then we will send all that we built into that warehouse, and then we'll export until we build the next factory. So while we wait to level up, what I'll do here, I'll create a new bus line to bring more workers to this area, because we need people to work here, and the best way to bring them and increase the population working in that area is with public transportation. And I'm just adding 2 buses in there would be more than enough. And as you can see, this looks pretty cool, and I already have some people waiting there, and they are using this line. This is going really well. But while we wait for it, I will start working on some of the intersections here. And as I always do, I will do the markings in here and making sure that we have all the connections. Then I'll add the fillers. I tried the solid one, tried the chevrons, but I think the stripes will look the best in. So I changed that, and I will do the same on the other side, so it looks quite good. I quite like that, to be honest, and I think this looks really good. And to finalize this, I'll do the filler in the middle with a chevron, as we always do, and there we go. And I will do on the other interchanges as well, just to make sure that we have everything. I was trying to copy and paste, but I just missed one important point there. There was nothing to copy. So my bad there. But then when I did this, I just copy and pasted again, and that worked. So great new feature from intersection marking tool. If you haven't seen that or tried that yet, you should take a look and try that out. This will make your life a lot easier. As you can see here, when I finish, I'll copy and level up, and I'll paste there and just turn it around, and we are done. So before we take a look at the new buildings that we've locked on our industry, I'll just finalize this, and I think this, I just like doing these markings. I think they make everything come back alive, and I just love it. Look at that, it's pretty good. Going back to the industry, we now have the Ore Industry Workers Barracks. So Workers Barracks, they will give you more efficiency, 5% per barracks. And what I'll do here, first of all, remove the filter so I can see what we're doing, and I will add a few buildings in there. So I think we do have 5 buildings, if I'm not wrong, 6. And this will give me 30% more area bonus, 130% in total, plus 5% from the second stop in the ore industry, and that's pretty good. Now to the next one, we will add a small ore mine, an underground ore mine, which is also pretty good. I'm adding all very close there, but they have their own roads, and I'm doing the asymmetrical roads on the interchange there, which will make a lot of difference. At the end, we have no traffic at all in this area, and that's really good. And just by doing that, you should be all right. We do have enough workers, but I want to do the glass manufacturing plant, and I'm just trying to figure out where we're gonna do this. So I'll add another road there, and I will just add it in this area as soon as I figure out that priority road. So there we go, our glass factory. So for the glass, we need some metals and some, I think, raw materials as well. And we just level up again. And what I'll do, I'll add another storage, a bigger one, just next to it. So we do like we did on the other factory in there. The trucks will fill this with raw material, and this raw material will be used in that glass factory. And then the storage that we have for glass, just on the same road down there, we then bring it in here. And what we produce, it has to go to a warehouse. And then we add a new warehouse, and we add glass, and that's all that we need. So every time we produce enough, we'll start then exporting and making money with this industry. And that's as easy as that. Now I will leave you for a minute while I finish these intersections here, and I will be back to just talk through a few things and finalize our episode for today. Yes, for the next episode in live stream, I will actually do something a little bit different. I want to do some sort of challenge. So what I'll do, I will give myself 1 hour and I will fill as much as possible the area in between those two cities and this new or industry in here. So in 1 hour, I'll build as much as I can in this area and see how that goes. And hopefully we'll end up with something good. I'll try to keep the same layout that we have here and try to make a transition while we go from one side or one city to the other. And let's see what we come up with. I don't expect everything to be perfect. I'll probably miss a few things, but then on the episode following that, we'll come back and start looking at things like traffic and what we're doing and if we can make it better or not, and start doing smaller changes and see how that goes. Just so we have a little bit of fun and do something slightly different. Now I'm just trying to improve the traffic in this industry a little bit further, just adding the asymmetrical roads in there, and just so our trucks have a better way to go. Our traffic flow is pretty good at the moment, even with this area being busy as it is. I think we have not really any issues. The area is red, but the traffic is flowing, so I can't complain about that. Now using node controller to make that a nice slope again, and this is our new industry in here. So I really hope you learned something in this episode, and if you have questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video as well, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.